As you can see, I already have my hair pinned back. We are going to get right into this. We are going to do a super simple but colorful, but also not colorful, easy Halloween makeup idea. As usual, I did one eye off camera and it is not finished yet, but I'm liking where this is going. I started off using my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I just want to start blending out so I can have a nice even base. So we're just going to put that all over. You can use whatever you have. You can use your normal concealer, an eye primer, whatever you want to use. You can use whatever makeup palette you have. I have two by Jeffree Star that I'm going to be using, and mostly it's this one, the Jawbreaker palette. I'm going to start off using this red, which is called Licorice, and I'm just going to put that on the top here. I'm opening my eyes so that I can make sure that I can see it when I have my eyes open. And I'm doing a dark, dark base. I grabbed a clean brush and I'm just going to start blending out the edges a little bit. They don't have to be perfect yet. We just want to start blending them out a little bit. If you plan on doing this look, just know that your brushes and your face may be stained for a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It will go away. We're going to go into this orange right here, and it's called Suck. And I'm just going to go under the red, same area, and just kind of start blending them together. I'm going to go back and forth between the red and the orange so I don't lose the colors. I'm going to use Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright Color Based Primer in white. Just putting that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to start clearing off my lid space so that I can really make sure I get these bright colors. We're going to start off with yellow, which is called Wow. And I'm going to use that on my inner corner, just laying it up so I can get a nice bright yellow. I'm going to go into this green here, which is called Sour. And I'm going to start blending that into the yellow. I'm sure if you look at your makeup palettes, you'll find you'll have a lot of these colors. You won't have to go and buy anything special. So I'm just going to go back and forth again between the yellow and the green until I get where I want to be. The next shade we're going to go into is blue, and that is called Soaked. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our blue down into the green, and we're going to blend them together. The last shade we have is purple, and I'm going to go into Blood Sugar, again, Jeffree Star. And I'm going to pick up a Root Canal, which is this dark purple right here. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner, mixing it into the blue. I'm going to use my Lottie Stamp Liner, and I'm just going to use the normal eyeliner side. I just want a nice thick wing, and I'm going to try and match it to this other side. Wish me luck. This is definitely not a favorite liner of mine. I noticed that it does kind of have some streakiness to it, and it almost starts to bleed out a little bit. So definitely not a fan. I was trying to use it all up, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and toss it. The last thing we have is mascara. I'm just going to use my L'Oreal Paradise. And if you want to add lashes, this is where I would add them. I decided just to do a normal base because we're going to be changing this look up just a little bit. We're not going to do a completely colorful look. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie, I think it was called Smallville, but in this movie, everyone was black and white, and then they started to gain their color once they started to gain kind of like a consciousness, I guess you could say, and not following a script. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going for a black and white bottom half and then colorful on the top. So I just started off using the collab with Dunkin' and e.l.f. because I wanted more of a shiny, luminous primer. And then I went in with my L'Oreal Infallible Foundation, Maybelline Fit Me in the color Walnut, and I'm going to add in this NYX Bear With Me in the color Do Me Right. I'm going to use a blender to put this on top of the contour. I am going in dark because I'm about to really, really blend it all in. I'm going to add my concealer. I'm going to use the Camo Concealer. I know this looks crazy, but it will all work out. And I'm not too worried because I'm going to be erasing this bottom half. I'm going to go ahead and set the top part of my face, and I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte on like the forehead the cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX brightening powder. I really love this stuff. So I'm going to use this under the eye and the center of the forehead. Before I go and do my brows, I'm going to go ahead and start taking off my bottom layer. And I'm just going to go across on both sides. And I think I'm going to take some of it on the nose. As I was doing my brows, I realized I forgot to do the brow bone highlight, and I used the color Glucose, which is this white, and I just put that on the top for the brow bone highlight. I went back with my clean brush and I just blended the red and the white together. So my brows are done. I don't think I'm actually going to do anything on the bottom lash line yet. I may change my mind, so let's just see. But I'm going to go in with the Beauty Creations color-based primer in Blackout. And I'm going to start cutting out where I want this bottom half of my face to be. This is where I'm going to be going really, really painfully slow. I want this to be precise. And I can already see where I have basically everything. So I'm going to start here on my nose. I think I'm just going to start out just starting my rough sketch, and then I will darken up my shades. Makeup wipe. I'm just going to remove some of these lines since I decided to move them last second. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start using the white now. And again, I'm using the white out in the Beauty Creations. If you have a palette, I would definitely recommend using them so you don't risk putting, you know, anything on your clothes. But if you don't, just use the back of your hand. So I'm just going to use the white, and I'm going to start putting that all over. I'm going to get a smaller brush and use the white some more. I'm going to get closer to the black areas. Alright, I grabbed a clean brush and I'm going to start blending the two together. I'm cleaning my brush off before I do the second half, just so that I can make sure that we're not getting too muddy of colors. I'm going back in with some white to start cleaning it up a little bit more and blending out a little bit more as well. This is one of those looks where I would definitely recommend going all the way down the neck. Unfortunately, I am about to go nurse, and I really would not like to have my baby white. So I'm going to use a liner brush so I can get more precise, and I'm just dipping it into the black. So I was thinking about it, and I think I'd rather use my Lottie liner to go on top to be more precise, so we're going to do that. Okay, that part was very, very stressful. So I'm going to go back in with the black, more with a precise tip, and I'm just going to kind of make sure I got, oops, I'm going to go back in with my blended black tip, sorry, and I'm just going to make sure I got the areas that I wanted and just kind of blend any mistakes. To blend the white in, I'm going to go back in with a thinner white pencil, and I'm just going to just kind of fluff together. I kind of like the looks of the strokes in with the black, so I am going to leave that. Especially like right here, I love how it just like dragging down the black. makes it look. I'm going to go back in with that first one that I used, the black, to blend. And I'm going to blend again. And I'm going to bring down the white a second time. I'm going to use the Beauty Creations Blackout, and I'm going to line my lips. My black, like, mixing one, I guess you could say, like blender one, and I'm just gonna blend the edges. I'm gonna pick up the white and blend. To clean up the edges of my lips, I am gonna go back in with a thinner brush. And I'm going to use the white and just start to clean up those edges. So to finish this makeup look, I would just use, again, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in the white and just set. That way you also get more of a matte look versus a glossy look. The last thing I'm going to do is I am going to use a little bit of highlighter, and I chose the e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter just because I really like this shine, and it really shines. So I'm just going to add it to a couple of spots. I do want to add an inner corner highlight, so I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Beam Gleam Glow palette, and I'm just going to use this middle shade and just add that to the inner corner highlight. All right, I actually changed my mind. I ended up using this white for my inner corner highlight, and that is exactly the punch that I needed. So with that, we are completely done. I definitely am totally for the idea of not doing a bottom lash line. I think with this look, it really looks nice, and it doesn't look over the top, even though it is kind of over the top. Definitely a very simple and easy Halloween makeup idea. It does take time though, so just keep that in mind. You're gonna need time to actually do this because there's a lot of blending involved, at least for this bottom half. The top half is actually really simple. The only thing that I would do is if I was gonna wear this out, I would make sure I'm not wearing a necklace and probably wear like a white turtleneck or some kind of top that goes all the way up, so that way you don't have to use as much makeup on the bottom part. So all this would be white. Just my recommendation. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this look. This is definitely one of my favorite ones so far. I really, really, really like it. I think it's so simple and pretty fun. So let me know down below what you think. I hope you guys have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye.